What do you see that goes, I need to make a bait that looks like what you just showed me?
It's always a void. It's always a void or a need. And
Hmm.
I've said this before. Um, you always start with a problem, right?
Hmm.
What is your problem? I don't have a bait that does this in this situation, right? Do I have, or for my situation now, because of how much it costs to produce one slash inventory in time, right? Do I have a bait that can do that now with very limited modification that I can tell a customer it does that? If
Hmm.
the answer is yes, we don't design anything. If the answer is I don't have something, then we start drawing. Okay, what are we looking for? Okay, we need this. Or is there a lure out there that's really trendy right now, but we can also use that bait for another application? So if the trend dies out, like dice, right?
Hmm.
If everybody starts pumping dice out, can we use it for something else, right? So it's always a need. It always starts with a need. Do we need this? What do we need it for? And then we get to drawing, and then that's where the scaling comes in. What does it fit on? What are the most popular jigs? What are the most popular swim jigs? Bladed jigs, right? Chatterbaits, jackhammers, thunder crickets, slobber knockers. What size hook do they have? Because if they
Hmm.
use a different size hook, it might come out of the back of your bait different if you're designing a bait for a chatterbait or a bladed jig. Um, so that's when we go and we buy those products, right? I get the scaling. You want to diversify, right? Not everybody's a jackhammer fan because they're expensive. So they might go for something else. And you start breaking it down by those pieces, right? And then, or if it's a standalone bait like our speed worm, right? We needed
Yes.
a big fat tailed speed worm,
Hmm.
same circumference as say a Zoom speed worm, but more action, more durable. And Chris Platts is talking about the swagger stick, and I'm not a stick bait guy, but he helped me dial this thing in on the fall rate like to a T. I'm not going to say the very popular one that everybody loves, but it is almost spot on with action and drop. And that's all blending and salt, right? And so it's
Yeah.
always a need. It's always a need. I'll rabbit hole real deep with this because this is that's where it gets fun.